Alrighty, it is time for Property of the Week here on Rex today, and we are going to John Sisley to talk about our property this week. It is a dairy unit. It's southeast of Te Awamutu, and John's going to tell us all about it now. Nice to have you on the show. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Dom. Yes, lovely day here in the Waikato.
Nice to hear, my friend. Tell me about this particular property that you've got on the market at the moment.
Yeah, it's a very good, what I call working dairy farm, Dominic. It's got no particular frills, but it comes with all the bits and pieces that everybody needs for realistically, it's probably a good first farm, maybe second farm, but it sort of falls in that sort of category.
Tell us about some of the features that it's got, John. Some of the standouts that you think that someone might want to, take a bit of a look at this property.
Yeah, well, as I said, I think it comes with all the things that you need. It's got a good 26-a-side herringbone shed, pretty much located in the middle of the farm. Two sound homes, a smaller relocatable Kiwi-built house for the staff, and a good main home for the owner. And it's a great. Maihiihi is pretty well known around the northern King Country area as an excellent farming area, a great community. People all mix in. It's just far enough out of town to still have a community, but close enough to be, handy for shopping.
Yeah, for sure. And consistent production as well, as I understand it, John.
Correct. Yeah, they've very low inputs farming, Dom. They grow no maize. They don't buy any maize in, so they fill holes with the feed as required, and sits around 96 to 98,000 kgs, and that's coming from about 85% of the farm. There's a 15% part of the farm that's more hilly and more steep, but and they don't milk on that.
And there's an adjoining block as well that's also available.
Yeah, that's correct. There's a 4-hectare block with another nice home on it that can either go with the farm or it could be sold separately. And I've actually had a lot of inquiry from lifestylers. The lifestyle market up here is fairly aggressive at the moment. And so as a consequence, there has been a lot of inquiry, but we've had a little bit of difficulty getting people in with the COVID restrictions, but hopefully that'll ease up soon.
Yeah, hopefully. And if people want to have a look at it, there are some viewings and things like that. And
yeah, correct. Yes, you can. We've got to play by the rules that we've got, but we can get people in as long as they're coming from the same, shutdown thing, which is level 3 for us here in the Waikato, and we've got no problem getting people through. We've just got to, abide by certain rules.
Tender, is it? Unless sole prior?
Yeah, tender, Dom. And look, it's just important to note it's been advertised up until now as the 5th of November. We're actually putting it back a week just because of some of the restrictions with getting viewing times and things. And a lot of people, just haven't had time to get themselves organised. So we've gone out to the 12th of November.
Good stuff, John. John Sisley from Property Brokers with Stoneycreek, 26k southeast of Te Awamutu. And as you said, look, it's got everything that you would need in a very solid working dairy farm. That is for sure. John, good to have you on the program. Thank you.
Lovely. Thanks, Tom.